Okay, hi. In this video, we will learn on how to form the axis of symmetry, okay, and also the maximum or minimum point. Okay, let me explain to you what is axis of symmetry first. Axis of symmetry, recall back what is symmetry. Okay, if I have a triangle, what is the symmetry? What is symmetry? Symmetry is where the line where we can divide a shape equally. Okay, for example, this triangle, when this is the line, right, that we can divide this shape equally. Okay, so when we fold the triangle, you will get the both side is it will divides this line will divide the triangle into a same, okay, the same triangle. Okay, here and here is the same. If I have a square, so where is the symmetry? Here or here or here or even here. This is symmetry. So for a quadratic graph, you will also have symmetry somewhere here. So when you divide, okay, when you cut this graph into half, okay, here is the same, okay, this curve is the same with this curve. Okay, so this is axis of symmetry. So axis of symmetry, you can determine, okay, axis of symmetry you can determine with the formula x equals negative b over 2a. Okay, because axis of symmetry will always at the x-axis here. It will start somewhere here, but you don't know the value. Okay, so we will need to find the axis of symmetry. So we know how to find ABC, right? For this question, this is the question in previous video I just reused. So a equals to 1, b equals to 6, and c equals to 5. Okay, if you still don't know how to find this ABC, go back to the previous video before you watch this, because we will be using this 3 value of ABC frequently in axis of symmetry. So in this question, x at ABC is 1, 6, and 5, right? So you just substitute the value of b and 2a here. Okay, so negative, what is b? 6 over 2. What is a? 1. So you have x equals negative 3. Also, this is your axis of symmetry. Means that the axis of symmetry will be at somewhere here, because negative 5 is here, negative 1 is here, right? So negative 3 will be somewhere here. Alright, so negative 3 is at the middle here, middle of 2 roots. Okay, the middle of 2 roots here. Okay, so axis of symmetry settled. So what is maximum or minimum point? Okay, maximum or minimum point. Okay, maximum or minimum point. Okay, we look at this axis of symmetry. Remember, axis of symmetry is your x equals to 3. Okay, just now. So maximum or minimum point. So in a graph, you only can have either maximum or minimum. Okay, so these two type of point, max point or min point, some questions will refer them as a turning point. Turning point. This turning point means that your graph, okay, for example, a graph like this. So turning point means that when you draw the graph, our graph is going down, then at one point it will turns up. It will goes up. So this point is a turning point. But turning point, you have max point and minimum point. It depends on the shape of your graph. If your graph is a set face, the max point, the turning point up here, means that the graph go up and then turns down. So the point go up and turns down. This is the maximum point. But if a minimum point means that a graph go down and then it turns up. Okay, so this is a minimum point. So how you differentiate max and minimum point? So when you draw the graph, Maximum point is like this. It as the top, the tallest point, the highest point of this graph, so we call it maximum. Maximum means greatest, biggest, right? The highest point. But if your graph is a minimum point, okay, it means at the lowest, at the lowest part, okay, the lowest point of this graph, so it's called minimum point, mean point. All right, so for this graph, this is a maximum or a minimum. This is a minimum lah, because at here, okay, a minimum point, okay, a minimum point or a maximum point, you must say that this is a minimum point. You must say this is a minimum point and give what is the coordinate. Coordinate, we have x and y, right? What is the value of x? Yeah, it is actually the axis of symmetry. So axis of symmetry, this is your x. So what is the value of y? So the value of y you can find by substitute x into the equation given. What is the equation given? Here, right? This one, right? Here. So what is the value of here? So you get y equals x squared plus 6x plus 5, copy it back. Okay, although this is fx, you can change to y when you want to find the minimum point. Okay, so y, substitute x equals to 3. Substitute x equals to 3, you will find that this is 3 squared plus 6, 3 plus 5. So when you calculate, what you get 9 plus 18 plus 5, which is equals to 32. So the value of your minimum point is 332. Okay, so this is the minimum point, axis of symmetry, and also the minimum point. So for the second and the third example I given, so you can try to find the axis of symmetry, okay, and also the max or minimum point. But this one I can tell you, this is a maximum point, and this one is a minimum point. So come try it. Okay, next video I will tell you the answer. All right.